All aboard your tech and games caboose. We have two Corsair cases to go over. They're available today. We also have some Fortnite, some ball hamster wheel fun, as well as some WoW Classic content updates. So let's start off with the two different Corsair cases. The first is the Crystal series. This is the 680X RGB. This actually will come with 4 fans and a bunch of tempered glass, so three panels basically. So it'll come with 3 RGB fans, and the 4th fan won't actually be RGB. They're all 120mm fans. So side panel, there's a front glass panel, you can see a little bit of it, and then a top glass panel. So a lot of cool viewing angles that you can get from that. The airflow is coming in from the sides. We'll get into that in a second. This is a high airflow case, but there's a lot of RGB going on, and there's both white and black case colors, so pretty good there. And here's the high airflow being demonstrated. We have some numbers from Gamers Nexus, who likes to do a lot of cool testing for this stuff, so pretty good there. The side panel comes open, and then you can obviously do a 360mm rad on the front, or 280s on the top and bottom, and then a 140 on the rear exhaust. So technically 4 radiators potentially, so a lot of water cooling, or just a lot of fans, so pretty good there. And what else do we have here? This is a dual chamber, obviously, because there's a second compartment. That's where your power supply and all your cabling gets super easy to route and get that looking really nice, as well as hard drive cages and everything else is back there. There might be a shot here. Here it is. So there's your power supply cases, all the cables, all the extra cabling that doesn't have to be slammed into normal cases. There's a little vent too on the back, so that is good as well. And then 2 more little tidbits here near the end. This Lighting Node Pro will take care of all your lighting Corsair needs in the IQ software, so you can customize it and do all the different cool colors and rhythm modes. So pretty good there. And then this case is $250, so a little expensive. It's a premium build quality case. It's coming with 4 fans. It's coming with the Lighting Node Pro, and it's got that dual chamber and then 3 pieces of glass going on. So it's a premium style case, so premium price is pretty up there. And then we also have some actual numbers. Let's check out Gamers Nexus. He does some really awesome testing for a lot of stuff, and he has a whole 17-minute video just on this case versus the Leon Lee, somewhat competing with tempered glass panels and the extra style stuff. But basically, he tested this case with 2 different configurations. He completely removed the front panel, which restricts a little bit of the airflow because the air can just come in through the sides, the little vents on the sides. But basically, he saw around a 50.3 Celsius without the front panel, so it did seem to be constructing the airflow, versus just stock with the front panel on, so normal configuration, how everyone's going to use it, at 58.6. So he is saying it's not really a high airflow case if it's higher temperatures on his spreadsheet, basically on his long list of cases that he tests at different fan configurations. And he does some other testing. He changes up some of the 4 fan configurations, 3 on the front and the 1 on the rear. So he does some GPU testing where he puts 1 on the bottom to get some extra airflow. So there's a lot of good information from this video from Gamers Nexus. Check it out if you're interested in this case. It's a good idea to do that. And then the second big case from Corsair is the Carbide. This is a 678C. So this is a mid-tower ATX case, and this has a little bit of sound and dampening going on. So 3 different thicknesses. There's a 3mm on the side, and then 1.5 and 1.5 on the top and front. So you're going to not hear too much noise from your fans inside. It's going to dampen a little bit of the sound. And what else do we have here? This one comes with a couple fans. You have an option of a 420mm radiator in the roof, so really large in the top, 360 push-pull in the front, and in the floor up to a 280mm radiator, and then 140 on the rear as well. So this is coming with, I forgot exactly, I believe 3 fans. It looks like the 3 fans are included, and they're 140mm SP, so static pressure. And that is the same for the 680X. The 4 fans that it comes with are all static pressure. So pretty good options if you're using them for radiators. Not the most optimal for exhaust rear potentially. You could maybe do better with airflow, but that is pretty good there. A bunch of drive cages up to 6, 3.5, and 3.2. So this is a little bit of a silent case. It's got the side panel that you can open up like a door. It's got hinges just like the 680X. So pretty cool there. You can quickly change out stuff if you want to, or just open it up to get a good view inside. Pretty cool there. And the 678C is coming in at $200, so $50 cheaper than the 680X. And these are both available already. You can check them out on the website and add them to your cart at Corsair and potentially other places like Amazon and Newegg and all those other retailers. So here's a little breakdown. The 678C also comes with a PWM repeater, so you can get some extra fan control going on there. So pretty cool. And those are your two Corsair cases that Corsair makes. If you want some dual chamber stuff going on in RGB, that is what's new. And we also have some game news. Let's jump into Fortnite's 8.10 patch. So every single week they add something cool and new, and this week it is a hamster grappler ball spinning booster. So basically it can grapple and basically zoom everywhere, and it also has a boost, so you can grapple, and then I guess it has these two little booster engine things, so you can boost and get some pretty high air. And real quick, we'll just check out the cool little video for this. There's a little, he's flying through it, and something even cooler is the different little mini game. I don't think they have a code. There might be a code for this, but that looked pretty crazy. And even crazier, Ninja and everybody grapple onto somebody, all three of them, and then that fourth person gets into a cannon, and you can only imagine what happens from this, but it's going to be pretty crazy if it didn't load on me. Come on, Twitter. And there they go. And they're all boosting while they're flying, and it's pretty crazy. So some pretty cool things that are coming from this patch. And then other little changes of vending machines. There's no longer a cost, but they are a one-time use now, and then they'll be destroyed. Some other weapon changers. The baller only has 300 health, so it has a big radius, so you can take it out pretty quickly, but you gotta get through that health. And then bug fixes. Some gameplay is pretty interesting. Battle Royale cross-play matchmaking is being changed a little bit. So they combine Xbox One and PS4 player pools, so you're gonna get some more high time for different modes and stuff. And then they're combining mobile and Switch pools. So they're again combining to getting the player count up and getting more people and more options for the different modes that they can do for more duration in hours during prime time and such. And then they increased the infinite dab duration from 11 to 12 hours in one of the earlier patches, and now they're reducing it back down to 11 hours, which is just kidding. It's a joke. They actually now increasing it again to 13 hours. Completely pointless, but awesome and funny too. They added some custom consume animations for different things, so you'll be able to identify that more. Limited time mode, the getaway is coming back, so you can go get the jewel and get in the getaway van. There's 4 of them. There's a couple other little changes for that limited time mode. There's events, $100,000 if you want to keep an eye out for those. There's always going on. Some replay mobile changes. Creative is getting some new island themes, and there's some new game options, so different stuff for offense and defense, and some ways to win different, so you can basically do crazy sandbox mode stuff going on there, so that's always fun. And what else? There's some little creative, or not creative stuff. The Save the World gets the Stare Down Southie. He is returning apparently. And then Beta Storms take on new test that limits Beta Storm. So there's some new missions, and it's basically racing, so you want to complete the laps as fast as possible. And last in game news, we have KVAX with some information on the World of Warcraft Classic, which should still be slated for summer 2019, so you just have a couple more months to wait to get back into the old 2004 version of WoW. But basically, it was previously mentioned that they were doing 4 phases for rolling this out, and they're actually expanding it to 6, and there's a couple different reasons for that. And let's check out the phases. So phase 1 is going to be Molten Core, Onyxia, and the Maraudon. So basically, they split this up a little bit. They moved Dire Maul, the Zergos, and Kazakh. They split that up because of loot, because they had more powerful items and gear, and they didn't want people using this gear and the other stuff and making it a little bit too easier at the start. So this happens the same thing for phase 3. The Blackwing layer is being split up into another phase because the gear and I think enchantments and other items could make it a little bit too easy for some of the other stuff. So they're pacing it out a little bit more and a little bit more like actual how it actually launched. I think they also mentioned there's a whole bunch of notes you can check out and read their whole post. And then one other change, Zul'Grub and Green Dragons is going to be moved into phase 4. So Green Dragons is being changed a little bit so you can get the nature resist gear that you'll need for the Raj mode that you'll need, some nature gear. And they did some other different things with this. So they mentioned that the loot is being changed because of some of the 1.10 itemization pass. So they're changing how loot works a little bit. And also they mentioned PvP somewhere in here. They don't really have exact timeline for that or how that's going to work, so we're going to have to wait for another update or see how that actually is implemented. And then you can check out this whole post on the US forums Blizzard, as well as jump into the comments and find out what's going on with everyone freaking out about this. And so basically, does this include original talent trees and class balance patches? Someone asks. Someone says no. So they're using the 1.12 talent and class skills that should be available at the start. It would have been cool if they implemented it how it originally was and then they patched it every single time, and that would have been interesting, but they're just doing the 1.12 at the start, it looks like, from one of the comments. So check out all 381 comments if you want to get even more hype for the classic content plan. And one last little thing, we have a deal. We haven't been doing too many. Spotify premium subscribers can get Hulu for free. So this is $10 a month and you'll get your ad-free music streaming and ad-supported TV streaming all for $10. This was originally, there was a tier for $13, so you're saving $3 per month on the previous bonus that you were already getting. So that's a little bit of good savings if you like music and you like TVs from Hulu and stuff. So small little deal there. This is going on, I believe, now until June. It was mentioned somewhere. I can't remember, somewhere in here, but pretty cool deal for you. And we have Lulu giving some thumbs up. So either you're excited for WoW Classic or you're interested in a computer case. So pretty good there. And we will have another episode tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific with some more tech and game news. With that, we will be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.